But then there's a quick walk around video, and this is for an absolutely lovely Lexus. It's an IS300 hybrid, and this is the F Sport model. Car's a 2014 car, just 55,000 miles on the clock. It's got a couple of options fitted, which is rather nice. It's got reverse camera and electric seat adjustment, which isn't standard on the car. It comes on this lovely private plate, and that stays with the vehicle. So it's coming on the car. Car's in superb condition, really lovely car. It still looks so modern. Front of the car, lovely F Sport grille, lights and lenses, clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, very, very clean. Any stone chips, if any, are minor. Near side, down the flanks, lovely and clean. And the panels, really crisp, no obvious indentations. Alloy looks absolutely superb. There really is a handsome car, this. And the back, again, very clean and tidy. Here's the off side of the car, driver's side. Again, lovely and smooth in the panel work, really crisp there. Offside rear alloy again, absolutely lovely condition. And panel work, really stunning. Final alloy again, wonderful. It's one of the very nicest you're going to see for this age of mileage. Let's come to the boot area. Absolutely huge boot on the car, 60/40 fold in the rear seats as well. It's coming into the back of the car, lovely half leather interior. It's kept in very nice condition. The offside, sorry, the passenger side, I should say. Passenger seat there again, all very nice. Finally, come to the driver's door card, again, all absolutely lovely. Same with the footwell areas, full set of original Lexus mats. And driver's seat there again for the age of mileage in super condition. Inside the car now, absolutely gorgeous interior in these cars, it really is stunning. You can see there, sat nav working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, you've got that lovely clear parking camera which complements the front and rear parking sensors. Coming on down, it's just all the detailing looks stunning on these cars. Come to the dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 55,865 miles. And that's the view, if it's configured that way, that you get in eco and normal mode. Twisted to the right, and you've got that lovely red background, and a rev counter magically appears. It really is a quite stunning car. No warning lights, of course, on the car. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus IS300 hybrid. It's the F Sport model. This car is registered T18DCM, and mileage is just 55,865. The reason we do these videos, and especially actually this part, the road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car actually in operation. Nearly. Like many people, we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in photographs or a description, but then got there and found out it's got an obvious fault that shows up as soon as you drive it, and that can be hugely frustrating if you're travelling any distance, or at all, in fact. We also do it on these generally very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if you went on a drive in the car. So coming to the car, which has been very well looked after, it drives beautifully. I'm passionate about these. I love these cars, but I've got to sort of take away my bias and go through the usual mechanical stuff, but they are brilliant. Press the power button, engine whirs into life. These are self-charging hybrids, as is the current fad to call them that, which is what they are ultimately, but it's to ensure that people are well aware that all you're going to do is get in the car, start it, drive for many hundreds of miles, stand at a petrol pump for 2 minutes and be on your way again. No charging in, no running out of battery, nothing to worry about, and it's just a brilliant piece of engineering in every single way. The power delivery is so refined, so smooth, doesn't jar in any way, and that's the thing that most people, when they drive these cars, suddenly realise, just the power delivery, how smooth and how quiet it is. Worth pointing out, by the way, there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Temperature gauge just over a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Lexus vehicle. But it is wonderful. You get 3 different engine modes to drive the car in. It generally defaults to normal, which is kind of a halfway between the other two. If I twist this little knob to the left, I can go into econ mode, and obviously that makes the car more economical. It also feels sort of slightly slower on its responses. It's fine for around town. I don't generally use it on the open road. 99% of the time I actually use normal mode, but if you do twist it to the right, that's my son coming the other way. That's, how dare he get in the way of one of my videos. And that's just the parking sensors going off, so all happening. Twist that to the right, suddenly a rev counter's magically appeared, and instantly you can feel a distinct difference in throttle response and urgency. So it is very much something you can feel. The engine feeds through into the E-CVT gearbox, which is absolutely the perfect companion for this car. This moment here is the classic example of why it's so good. When you come to a stop with lots of automatic cars, quite often, especially around about 5 miles an hour or so, they can't quite work out whether to be in second or first, and you end up with that sort of slightly lumpy bit of a delay. None of that with this. Just it's got that kind of electric car feel at low speeds, which is generally what it'll be. So it's so smooth in its transitions, which makes stop-start driving, traffic, manoeuvring much more pleasant than any of its competitors. And on the move, it's wonderful because you get no gear change. You just get this, put your foot down, revs pick up, and you just catch up with it. Do not believe that, one thing that was always grated me, lots of road test videos, people driving these cars when they really want to be driving Lamborghinis. They get in them, hoof the throttle from nothing to full throttle, and go, listen to that, the rev, it just makes loads of noise, and then you catch up. Well, it doesn't, because most of the time people drive as much as sane people would as I am now. But if you do put your foot down, there's the engine. I'm now up to the legal limit, so I've got to back off anyway. Short burst as if I was overtaking, but most of the time you don't do that. You apply the throttle smoothly, and it's 99.9% of the time far nicer than any automatic you'll drive. It really is, and all that works absolutely perfectly. The reputation for reliability between the engine and gearbox is quite astonishing on these things. They're beautifully engineered. Then we come on to the steering chassis. Being rear-wheel drive, it means the steering is unpolluted by drive shafts, and that basically means you get much nicer steering. So you've got lovely weighting to the steering. It's quick, it's precise, it works beautifully with the chassis, but you feel what's going on. Even though it's electric power steering like most cars, there is genuine feel to it. It also tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. The chassis itself, that's horrible, that section of road there, just pitted surface, no clonks, no rattles, and the ride over this is really, really good. I've always said, and I maintain it, that there's 4 cars in particular in this class. The 3 Series, the C-Class, the Audi A4, and this. We're talking prestige manufacturers of a high quality. The Mercedes and Audi you buy if you just want comfort and nothing else, because they don't really give anything else. They're fine cars in their own right, but they're not particularly enjoyable to drive, in my opinion. The 3 Series is the best out-and-out sports saloon, which might seem odd for someone to say that sitting in a Lexus, but if you put ultimate handling above anything else, then yes, it balance is astonishing. However, this gives you 95% of what the BMW can give you, but at all other times is far more comfortable and relaxing to drive, particularly over poor road surfaces, where it's much better. So it just depends on what you want, but I think this hits a really lovely sweet spot in amongst those competitors, and it's infinitely better built and more reliable than any of them. Brakes, by the way, excellent. No pulsing, no vibrations, absolutely perfect. And then coming inside the car, quite often you read the marketing blurb with cars and they talk about you sit in the car, it feels like a cockpit, and most of the time it is utter tosh. It's literally just marketing. With this one, you genuinely do. You do feel low in the car. You obviously adjust your seat up and down in a normal way, but the dash genuinely wraps around you. But what makes it feel special is the visual stuff. It's the detailing, the labelling, the backlighting, all that kind of stuff. It really is quite a unique interior, but one that works brilliantly well. You've got the sat-nav up nice and high, very simple and easy to use. You operate it via this little mouse down here, which a couple of days in the car you've mastered, and you can use it for other information as well. Down below that, your climate control system, which is separate to the main screen if you want to. Little sliders for your temperature control, which are lovely to use. Pumps out absolutely ice cold air, by the way, so all working perfectly. Heated seats, again, all working exactly as they should. But it is I always say that, with this interior, it always reminds me of a really high quality hi-fi many years ago. Not to make it look old fashioned, but it just looks so pleasing and high quality. And then this dash binnacle in front, which is minimalist, which is beautifully detailed, lovely backlighting. As I said, you've got different displays in normal and the sport mode. Now if I press this little button here, it whirs across and it sounds like the doors in Star Trek. It's the most satisfying sound you'll ever hear in a car. Beautiful. I mean, it's in very nice condition in here. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it literally just to show the car operating and to feedback any issues, of which there's nothing. It drives absolutely beautifully.